All right, hey guys, let me just mirror this. Did I just turn that on? Yeah, okay. It helps when I have text on my shirt. Then I can tell. Okay, so we are going to be packing up some orders. I think I have about 30 here today. So let's get started. I do have new products coming to the shop on Friday, so the day after tomorrow. I'll show you a few of them. So I have the I Can't Even Read Straight for Pride. And then I have, totally unrelated, I have these cute book trope stickers. So we have enemies to lovers, grumpy sunshine, and friends to lovers. And I also have two traditional bookmarks coming to the shop on Friday as well. Those are different fruits. So I have oranges and blueberries. I did try to do strawberry patterned ones, but they didn't come out right. When I opened all the packages, like the colors were off on all of them. And the company that I get them from has not gotten back to me in over like a week and a half about replacing them. So I think I'm gonna have to find a new place to get my bookmarks printed, which is a huge pain, but I think it's time because they mess up quite often, more than I would like anyway, but typically they're really good about replacing what was damaged or what was, done incorrectly. The problem is this time they haven't even bothered to respond to my multiple emails about it. So I think I'm just gonna order them from a different place from now on, which is gonna require some research and some time, but I will eventually get some strawberry bookmarks in the shop. I do have other designs I want to do coming up. So I'll have to find a new company anyway, but anyway, that's a whole big thing. There's a bunch of new stuff coming to the shop on Friday. I just posted about it over on Instagram if you want to take a look at it over there. And right now I'm packing up some magnetic bookmarks. We have two Sarah J. Maas ones. So we have two Whatever End, and then this one says Hi Lady of the Night Court on the back. So some SJM, and then this one was inspired by Song of Achilles. And then we have the Lunar Chronicles magnetic bookmark that says, Even in the future, the story begins with once upon a time. And these are going all the way to France. But they did upgrade and do a tracked package, so I'm going to put it in a bubble envelope. If I can reach them. My office always seems to be a mess. So, cute little pink hollow bubble mailer. Get those in there. Let me just put these in the plastic. So what are you guys reading right now? I'd love to know. I just finished reading Aragon, like literally an hour ago. And I listen to audiobooks through Libby, and I just had 2 books come through, like basically yesterday. And I also have a book on Audible that I was listening to because I canceled my Audible, but I have it till like the end of the month. So on Audible, I'm listening to The Bridge Kingdom, which I need to just like finish. I only have a few hours left of it. But on Libby, my hold came through for The Raven Boys and for The Fourth Wing, which I've been hearing so much about. It's all over TikTok and Instagram right now, and so I really want to read it, but I don't know if I want to do that one or the Raven Boys yet, and I can't decide what to read. I'm also reading Happy Place by Emily Henry, but I'm reading that in the physical version. I like to read in multiple formats at a time. I'm reading Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. Ooh, that sounds good. I hope you are enjoying it. All right, back to orders. Mary got 2 of these spring sticker sheets. These are vinyl stickers, waterproof, weatherproof, dishwasher safe, but I designed them to go on the covers of books because these like movie covers have this fake Netflix sticker on it, but these stickers go really well to cover those up. But like I said, they're waterproof, weatherproof, dishwasher safe. You can put them on anything. I'm currently reading A Court of Mist and Fury. Oh my god, that's so exciting. I hope you're loving it. SJM is one of my all-time favorite authors. And it is such a good series. I definitely need to get those soon. I hate those. Yes, it just like, it pissed me off so much I had to do something about it. So I just made actual stickers to cover it up. Even though I'm the person that like rips the sticker off a book as soon as I own it. I hate stickers on books, but I hate the fake stickers even more. So, yes. Okay. Alyssa in North Carolina got a few magnetic bookmarks and a reading journal, and they left a little note that says, saw your TikTok and I've been looking around for my first reading journal a while, and I love the great mix of a template and room for individual creativity. Looking forward to following you for more products. Thank you, Alyssa. That's so sweet. Let me grab the journal. And I'll show you what the review pages look like. So we've got a whole page of just lines, and then over here you have room to like fill in the little prompts, and then lots of lines so you can fill it in however you want. There are 50 pages, so you can review up to 50 books in here. And there's also pages like a reading wrap-up. There are coloring pages and book trackers, lots of different stuff, and a few reading prompts all in that journal. So let me grab the magnetic bookmarks. We have the Buy Me books. Books are magic, and my, what am I saying? Just one more chapter. So this is one of the first magnetic bookmarks I ever designed. I think it was in like the first little collection of bookmarks I did. And then we have the Books Are Magic. I do have this design as a sun catcher as well, which is a sticker you can put on your window, and it's all holographic, but it also casts rainbows around your room when like direct sunlight is going through it. They're so cool. So let me get these packed up. I think I'm gonna squish them all onto one. I say squish, but they should fit fine. I'll just put this one sideways. So we have all 3 of the magnetic bookmarks, and all of my magnetic bookmarks are double-sided, but one side does say the peachy polka dot on the band, but they're all double-sided. And I even have 1 or 2 designs, I think I just have one, that has something different on the front and the back. It is Throne of Glass inspired, so we have Hello Princeling and Hello Witchling on different sides. But all of my other ones have the same design on the front and the back. I'm gonna add a thank you bookmark to this journal and wrap it up in some tissue. I've got so much stuff on my desk today. Okay. Double check that that's everything. Journal, 3 magnetic bookmarks. Yep. So I'm going to wrap it in some tissue and put it in bubble mailer. Close that up for Alyssa. I hope that you love your reading journal and your new bookmarks. All right, next order is Autumn in Maine, and we have another reading journal. So let me go grab that. So someone said I want to start Crescent City, but I'm afraid it won't come close to ACOTAR. I think ACOTAR is way better than Crescent City, but I still think you should read Crescent City. Especially because SJM has talked about wanting to tie all of her book series together in her future books. So I highly recommend you read that. It is hard to get into, like the world building in Crescent City is really, I found it really difficult, and I found it really hard to get into the book, like through the first like fourth of the book. Even though stuff was happening, I found it really difficult to keep reading. But once you get to a certain point, you just like, I just like devoured the rest of the book. It was like I hit a point and I loved it from that point on. It's just getting into it was difficult. I've seen lots of positive reviews of that series. Yeah, I liked Crescent City. Ooh, Crescent City or Throne of Glass first? That depends, because Throne of Glass is an 8-book series, and Crescent City only has 2 books in the series right now. But I haven't finished the second book, so I can't tell you, but I'm pretty sure it ends on a cliffhanger. So I would say read Throne of Glass and wait on Crescent City. But that's because I avoid cliffhangers at like all costs. I hate them. But I would suggest, if you can, read both series. All right, well, thank you for joining the live. Let me grab this journal. And I will say, Throne of Glass is, like, if you were to ask me what my favorite book series is, Throne of Glass would probably be my answer. I think it's better than ACOTAR. I will be honest there. I know that's going to upset some people. I loved ACOTAR. I read ACOTAR first, and that's what got me into reading Sarah J. Maas and her books. But I personally think Throne of Glass, like, overall as a series, was better. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I also think that the series didn't really, like, I really enjoyed Throne of Glass enough to keep reading. It wasn't until book 3, Heir of Fire, that I started to really love the series and love the characters even more, just because of where they were, like, in development of the story at book 3. And I think one time I did a reread of Throne of Glass, and I actually just started on Heir of Fire. But don't do that if you haven't read it yet. I only did that because I had already read it, so I knew what the first books were. Although, I think last year I did a reread of all the books from Throne of Glass, like all the way through. And I'm so glad that I did it, because honestly, I had forgotten how good the first few books were. Because so much happens. It's 8 books. So much happens, and there are so many characters. But it's a good series. Uh-oh. I think I might be out. I am. Shoot, I knew I should have checked ahead of time. Okay, so this order is for Morgan, and they got the Don't Judge a Book by Its Movie, Percy Jackson. And they also got the Camp Half-Blood magnetic bookmark, but I don't have any made right now. So I'm going to set this aside and I'll make more later and pack it up once that's done. Don't apologize. Someone who appreciates reading is just nice. Well, thank you. I certainly love reading. So next order is this little ghost sticker. This is a vinyl sticker. All of my stickers are vinyl, so they're waterproof, weatherproof, dishwasher safe. I've seen people, I put them on my water bottles. I like getting these little tumblers and decorating them. But I've seen people use them on their Kindles, on their phones. I've even had somebody put one on their bike helmet before, so they can really go on just about anything. And Catherine got the witchy bookshelf sticker. So another bookish sticker. This one's a little witchy bookshelf. I do have this as a magnetic bookmark design as well. It was, when I sat down to design that one, I had intended on doing like a Halloween bookshelf with like a little ghost and some jack-o'-lanterns, and it ended up being very like Wiccan, witchy vibes instead, so I just went with it. Don't judge a book by its movie makes me think of Where the Crawdads Sing. You know, I never read that one. I haven't watched the movie either. But that is my grandmother's, like, one of her absolute favorite books. And I remember my mom said that the movie was nowhere as good as the book because the book had so much more, like, detail in it. That like you just can't get from a movie. But I don't remember if my grandma has seen it. I just know every time I ask her like what books she's reading or what books she really likes, she always mentions Where the Crawdads Sing. This next order is for Stella, and they got the fantasy sticker sheet, and these are the ones that I designed for the Grishaverse books to cover up this awful like fake Netflix sticker that they printed. I designed these specifically for this series, but they do work on other fantasy books. I know someone said that they are using them on their Witcher books. I don't remember what other people are using them for, but they're vinyl, so you can use them on anything you want, but they are the perfect size to cover up these fake Netflix stickers. And Pam in Texas got a reading journal. We have quite a few orders for these this week. So I'll show you this again. The reading journal that I designed. There are 50 review pages. So each one has this set up with like the little prompts and some lines, and then a full page of lines so you can write whatever you want or decorate it however you want. And then I also have some book trackers, some coloring pages, and in the back there are some reading prompts and a reading wrap-up if that's what you're into. So let me get this and the little freebie bookmark set up. We're almost out of these blue mailers. And then I have to switch to the white ones, but that's okay because they're still cute. All right, Pam, thank you so much for supporting my little bookish business. I hope that you love your new reading journal, and I hope that you have lots of 5-star reads in your future. And Amanda in Seattle got my most popular sticker. This one is Throne of Glass inspired, To Whatever End. Do you annotate your books? Sometimes. I don't like to annotate the first time I read a book because I am very much a mood reader. I only like a book if it made me feel lots of things. And I find that if I'm annotating the first time I read it, I just don't enjoy it as much. So I don't enjoy annotating my first time through, but I did. So I mentioned that last year I reread the Throne of Glass series, and I did annotate. I think I just annotated Kingdom of Ash, so the last book in the series. I know I annotated that one, but it was only because I had multiple copies of the book and I had already read it multiple times. But I do like to stick little tabs in or highlight things because a lot of times when I'm reading, I get ideas for my products for artwork, and so I like to stick a little tab on a page if it's a scene that I can picture really well in my head so that I can go back and potentially draw it later. But I don't annotate on everything I read, mostly because I read mostly in audiobook while I'm working, so I can't really annotate that. It's a good point. I think it kind of takes you out of the book in the moment. That's how I feel. I know some people love annotating, and that's wonderful for them, but that's not how I enjoy reading. Sometimes I wish I was someone who annotated more, but it's just not the way that I enjoy to read. So I did also read, after I finished my read through of Throne of Glass, I reread Crescent City because I had only read it once and I didn't really remember what happened, and I was gonna read the second book. And so I did annotate that one, but again, I had already read it, so I just don't like to annotate my first time through. So Rachel got a sticker that says, "I like my books with a little spice," and a magnetic bookmark that says, "It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me," for all of the Taylor Swift girlies out there. And I'm just gonna stick them together in this little bag. I do have more Taylor Swift bookmarks, and I have this design as a sticker as well. But I did a magnetic bookmark for every song on the Midnights album. So I do have all 13 of those, and then I have an All Too Well design that I have as a sticker and a magnetic bookmark too. So I've got some Taylor Swift stuff, but this is going to Rachel in Illinois, and we need the thank you bookmark. I almost forgot that. That does happen every once in a while. I don't like to admit it, but I do forget. I try not to. Next up, Amelia got the Camp Half-Blood sticker. This is a clear sticker. I have it on this water bottle. I only have like 3 water bottles in my office at all times, but this is what it looks like on my water bottle. So it's a clear sticker. It looks really cool. This used to be my absolute best seller in my shop, but the Throne of Glass sticker actually bumped it off the top 5 list, which is crazy. So between that and this is my most popular magnetic bookmark, it's a little Pride and Prejudice moment. Those two just kind of knocked this sticker right off the list. So I'm very excited to see the top 5 for May. Every month I do a TikTok video of the top 5 like best-selling products in my shop. And I started doing it for me because I think it's really cool to see every month what sells really well. And I'm so glad because I love going back and looking at it. Oh shoot. I put one of these bookmarks somewhere else, which means I'm gonna have to find it. And I have no clue where I put it. So, but first we have the Shelf Love, and they got it laminated, so I'm gonna put that through the laminator and try to figure out where I put this other bookmark. So I'm discontinuing this bookmark, and so I must have put them away early, thinking that I had already taken them off the website. I don't think they're in here. No. This is the problem with being so disorganized and like chaotic all the time. I don't know where anything is. So I'm actually going to put this one to the side and find it later. Sorry, Isabel in Australia. I won't be packing your order live. That's on me. That's my fault. Okay, this next one is going to Connecticut, and we have the May magnetic bookmark. So this is part of the monthly magnetic bookmarks that I'm doing this year. I started doing a free phone wallpaper to people that are subscribed to my email newsletter. The link is in my bio if you want to sign up. Every month you get a free phone wallpaper and printable calendar page. And I started turning those designs into magnetic bookmarks as well. So this is the one for May. And they also got this book stack, which inspired the monthly book stacks. This is just a romance book stack. Where do you get your inspiration for what might sell? So I'll be honest, I make things in hope that they sell. Not really, but a little bit. I get inspiration mostly from books that I read and things like Bookstagram and Book Talk and Pinterest and things like that. Because like this one was fairly easy because I knew that for May I needed a book stack and I wanted it to be not super May themed, but have it be relatable. And like this was the one for March. So I took, in March is St. Patrick's Day, so I did the clovers and the greens. But for May, I really think of spring, and I wanted to do something very spring themed. So I knew I was gonna do the book stack, and I went on Pinterest and found a cute spring color palette, and then tried to think of spring related things that I could put with the books. And I had already done the butterflies and the flowers from this design for other things because I have a butterfly sun catcher and I did the flowers on other magnetic bookmarks. So I actually took illustrations that I already had and added them in to this design. And so I've done that for every month of the year, and tried to make it, like June is Pride Month, so I made it, I'm not gonna share it with you yet because that's a surprise. Every month I keep that one a surprise until the day it's in the shop, but I've already mentioned it's Pride. So I did like a nice soft rainbow color palette for the books, and I decided to add flowers along with it. So sometimes I just have to sit down and deliberately say, I am making a book stack for this month, and sometimes it takes me 15 minutes, sometimes it takes me 4 days. Here's the next order. It is the Neon Sign Fantasy Reader. But for where I get my inspiration, I did like this Neon Reader collection where I took different like genres and I turned them into like neon sign looking stickers. And that one, I honestly don't even know where the inspiration came from. I just thought it would be really fun to do like a neon sign looking sticker. And then eventually along the way of creating that, I decided to do different genres. And I just kind of, I don't know. Sometimes ideas pop in my head and sometimes I have to sit there and think about them for 2 weeks and then it pops in my head. But all last year I actually did new bookmarks I'm doing bookmarks every month, but last year I did like an entire collection every single month except for I think July and November and December were the only months where I didn't do a new collection. And by collection, I mean like 5 to 10 different items. So I kind of feel like I burnt myself out last year and I actually haven't designed anything new in a while. I did do these book trope stickers a few weeks ago, but after I finished the monthly book stacks, I haven't really designed anything for a while, which I don't love, but I have to keep in mind that like it's a creative, it's my creative outlet, and sometimes creativity is there in abundance, and sometimes I'm just not in a creative mood, and I don't want to force myself to make something when I'm not in those creative moods, because I know that it won't turn out as good as it would if I was feeling inspired and motivated to be creative. So this year I've made it a point to create as much as I can, but not force myself to do it if I'm just really not into creating something. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry I'm rambling. Claire got 2 reading journals, so I'm gonna grab those. And for those of you who have just joined, I'll show you the reading journal. How many orders are you packing today? I think in total I had about 30 orders to pack, and I've probably done like 10 or 15 of them so far. But this is the reading journal. There are 50 of these review pages. So you have a little review spot and a whole page of lines so that you can write or draw or put stickers or do whatever you want. There are also coloring pages. I have 2 different reading prompts in the journal. There's a reading wrap-up and some book tracker pages as well. I can't get this. There we go. Okay. And Claire is getting my last blue bubble mailer I have that is big enough for these journals. I'm gonna have to switch to these white ones next, which are so boring, but that's okay. The journals are still fun. And then this is the freebie bookmark that I give out in every single order. It just says thank you, and it's kind of like a business card. So I'll get these in here. And these are actually going out to Australia. I cannot believe that I'm sending my reading journal out to Australia. So thank you, Claire. I really appreciate your support for my little bookish business. I couldn't do this without you. And those are off. That is heavy with 2 of those journals. Next order is another one that I put away. Where did I put those? Let me see. Oh, you know what? They're right here. I feel dumb. They were right in front of me the whole time. So these are going to Norway, and we have 2 laminated bookmarks and 2 satin finish. So one of them is this Fine Make Me Your Villain Shadow and Bone bookmark, which will be retiring from my shop pretty soon. Gonna laminate that, and then we have a Cruel Prince inspired bookmark that's also laminated. So I'll get those in the laminator. This is what this one looks like. If you've read Cruel Prince, you know what that's about. And here's this one. Now that it's laminated, they're super glossy and really durable after they've been laminated. And we have more Cruel Prince bookmarks. These ones are not laminated, so they're gonna stay with the satin finish. We have Jude and Carden. And then this little guy, all laminated. And what's the last one? The Halloween inspired. We have R.I.P. My Favorite Character traditional bookmark. I do have that one as a sticker and a magnetic bookmark as well. I try to take some of my designs and put them in multiple formats. So like traditional bookmark and a magnetic bookmark, or magnetic bookmark and a sticker, because I know not everybody loves stickers and not everybody loves magnetic bookmarks. So I just try to do different formats with similar designs. Cruel Prince is on my TBR. I'm really excited for the series. Though I read it already. It was my first fantasy book when I got back. Oh, nice! I did really enjoy The Cruel Prince. Personally, I don't understand all of the hype for it. I think it was a good series, but it's not really like in my top favorites. But I don't know, maybe it'll be one of your favorites. I hope you like it. You've got a lot on your TBR with like all of Sarah J. Maas and the Cruel Prince series. You are gonna be busy reading for a while. So everything's packed up with the freebie bookmark. It's going in an envelope and it'll be off to Norway tomorrow. Yep, I agree. Yeah. All right, Sue got to, she's so cute. Okay, so I know Sue in real life, and she reached out and asked me which Taylor Swift bookmarks she should get for a friend, because she doesn't listen to Taylor Swift, but her friend does. And I tried to help her, so hopefully I helped her out, but she got the Lavender Haze inspired magnetic bookmark and the Karma magnetic bookmark. So I'll show you these. If you didn't know, I have made a magnetic bookmark inspired by every song on the Midnights album. And so both of these are from the Midnights album. We have Lavender Haze. And then we have Karma, because one of the lines is, Karma is a cat sitting in my lap. And as soon as I heard that, I thought about someone sitting in a comfy chair reading a book with a little cat on their lap. So I love that one. I almost put it on my t-shirt I made a t-shirt when I went to the concert, but I didn't. I went with something different. So there's both of those together. Ryan, I need a cheaper hobby. Yeah, I know. Same, I'm going out tomorrow and know that I'm gonna stop by the library. The library is a great way to read a lot and not spend a ton on books, but I'm the kind of person that likes to have a book on my shelf. If I really liked the book, I like to have it on my shelf after. But I also really like using Libby, which is basically like your library but online. I use it for audiobooks and I occasionally use it for ebooks. You can connect it to like the Kindle app on your phone or to your actual Kindle, and you can download ebooks that you borrow from your library through Libby, and it's a fantastic way to save a little bit of money. Me too, we're definitely gonna stop by the bookstore. Yeah, I actually just went to Books A Million the other day because I got gift cards for Christmas and I hadn't used them all. So I used the rest of my gift card and I still ended up spending like $45, $50 because I got so many books, but I had so much fun. It was totally worth it. The library is great, but I'm also such a mood reader. Yeah, that is one of my issues too. That's why I love having like physical books that I can read at any time, but also like using Libby, because if there's one book that I really want to read but I don't own it, sometimes Libby will have it. And if they don't, I either just wait and see if my library will get it, or I'll just buy it. Or I'll buy like the Kindle version so it's cheaper. Because books can be really expensive, especially if you're paying like $20 to $30 per book. That's so much. But I am one of those people that like, I have one of those little TBR carts. I actually have a full shelf of books that I haven't read yet, but I have a little TBR cart, and every time I'm like, I'd really like to read like a physical book right now, I just walk in the guest room and look at my TBR cart and I'm like, yeah, that one seems cool, and I pick it up. I have no idea what any of these books are about. I just think that they look cool, and in the moment decide that that's the book that I should read. I only use the library for uni books. Yeah. But I'm still, yeah. I would suggest looking at what they have for other books. Or, like I said, using Libby, because the library in my town does not have a good selection for, like, fantasy and young adult books that, like, I really like. But the online catalog at Libby, because I live in New Hampshire, the library, like, online catalog is for all of New Hampshire as opposed to just my library. So I have so many more book options online than I do in my actual library. So that might be something you could look into. Because even if you don't have a Kindle, you can read ebooks on your phone. I don't know if you can read ebooks through the Libby app, but you can get like the Kindle app on your phone. I'm pretty sure it's free, and then you can read the books you download through Libby on the Kindle app, and it should be totally free. I'm in Mass, and I feel like it's the same way. Yeah. My wallet is gonna cry tomorrow. Well, I hope you get some good books. Even if you make your wallet cry, I hope you at least get some good stuff to make up for it. So Elizabeth in New York got the reading journal with 50 review pages, and I'll show you one of the, oh yeah, there's a page for like all your favorite quotes that you can write in. And then I did a reading A to Z challenge. So what I'm doing in my journal, I'm filling this in pencil, like as my TBR. And then as I read the books, I'm going over them with like pen and colored pencil to really fill it in more. I really want to get a Kindle, but there are so many kinds. Yes, my Kindle is almost 10 years old. I use a super, super old Kindle Paperwhite because my dad bought it like right when it was a new thing, and then he stopped using it, so he gave it to me, and it still works, so I just use that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the older versions. They also just came out with one that's like crazy expensive. I think it's called the Kindle Scribe, and you can like, it comes with like a pen, and you can like write, like you can like annotate the book on your Kindle, I guess. And unless you're someone super into annotating, in my opinion, I don't know if that's worth it unless something like that is in your budget. But I personally don't think there's anything wrong with getting a Kindle secondhand, or you can even get them, those websites that sell stuff that was like lost in luggage or like lost in an airport. Those are super cheap, and that might be a good way to see if you like it. I love mine. That is what I bring anytime I travel anywhere. I don't bring a physical book unless I buy a book there, which sometimes happens, but I only bring my Kindle because I download multiple books at a time when there are sales on Kindle books. So when books are like $1 or $2, I like to like stock up, I guess you could call it. And that way I always have as many books as I want, and I have so many choices when I'm out, and I don't have to bring like 8 books with me because that takes up a lot of space. So I love my Kindle. The only thing is, because mine is so old, it is not waterproof and there's no backlight on it. So I need to use like an actual reading light with it, which on occasion really sucks, but I would highly recommend getting a Kindle if you think you're gonna read a lot. I have the Kindle Fire, but I think I could get away with a Paperwhite. Yeah, so my grandma loves to read on her iPad. That's like what she uses instead of a Kindle. But I can't read on a screen like that. I have chronic migraine, and I have lots of problems with migraine and vertigo and stuff, but I can't read on a screen for like hours like I would want to. But with the Kindle Paperwhite, I don't have any problems with my eyes or headaches because it's not like a normal screen, I guess. So that's part of the reason that I love the Paperwhite. Back to orders. Dawn got the Lunar Chronicles. Even in the future, the story begins with once upon a time. And this is a clear sticker, so this whole edge is actually clear, which looks really cool once you stick it on something. I think I might have it on my iPad. Yeah, I'll show you. So the edge kind of looks like that once you stick it on something. So that's really cool. I saw that most people have the Paperwhite one. I just prefer the Paperwhite because it doesn't hurt my eyes, but I think there's so many different versions out there that you can find something no matter what your preferences are, honestly. But I know you can get like cheap secondhand ones. I always see them on like Facebook Marketplace if you're willing to do something like that. If you're on a budget. Some libraries you can even actually like check out e-readers or Kindles. Okay. Yeah, because the Kindle Fire is kind of more just like a normal tablet, right? That was my understanding of it, but maybe that's not correct. Fallon in Canada got the Song of Achilles magnetic bookmark. get that all packed up. I'm just going to put it in a little sleeve for extra protection. And that is off to Canada. Next, we have Christine in Florida with a few stickers. We have To Whatever End. Oh my god, the Song of Achilles, my top 5 read. I loved Song of Achilles. I actually listened to the audiobook, and I'm so glad that I did, because it was just like, I don't think I've ever read anything like Song of Achilles before, and I don't know that I will ever read anything like it again. Sobbing through the entire book, yeah. If the paperweight saves you any money, I'd recommend that. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually saved money with my Kindle, but I mean, my dad gave it to me in high school, so it's not like I even had to pay for my Kindle. But I just read so much, and I enjoy buying physical books so much that I tend to do that over buying one for my Kindle anyway. Christine also got the little ghost reading sticker and the Sarah J. Maas Universe postage. This is a sticker sheet. This is what the stickers look like. There are 5 stickers. That one's not on the sticker sheet. But they all look like little stamps, and there are ones from, we have Adderlin, Terracin, Spring Court, Night Court, and Crescent City on there. And those are vinyl, so they're waterproof, weatherproof, dishwasher safe, all that fun stuff. And all of my Sarah J. Maas stuff is officially licensed merchandise, so I do have permission to sell those, and they are considered official merch. I feel like the Kindle is great if you know what you're looking to read. That's fair. Sarah got the Camp Half-Blood clear sticker. This is, I'll show you on this one what it looks like. Another vinyl sticker, but it's clear. Looks super cute on pretty much anything. Next we have Carly with the Just One More Chapter magnetic bookmark. That's the back. There's the front. I've gone through so many magnets today. And there it is on a cute little backing card. We will get it in the mail and off to North Carolina for you, Carly. All right, all packed up, nice and safe, with a little freebie thank you bookmark. And we're getting low. I only have a handful of orders left here. We've got 5 left. And they're all single item orders. So we have another one of the Camp Half-Blood stickers. This one is going to Jill in Massachusetts. And we've got another Taylor Swift bookmark. Let me see if I have it made. I think I do. Maybe not. I do. I only have a few left, but this is the one inspired by the song You're on Your Own, Kid. We have a little Polaroid of some friendship bracelets that say you can face this. And like I mentioned, I have a bookmark for every song on the Midnight's album. I also have a magnetic bookmark for All Too Well, and I have that one as a sticker as well as the bookmark. All right, and this one is off to Amy in Canada. I had a question, what are the differences between satin and laminated for bookmarks? So, all of my traditional bookmarks, you have the option to laminate them, and they come, like a satin finish is just a really soft, smooth finish on the paper. But laminating, I put one of these laminate pouches on it, stick it through a laminator, so it kind of has like a plastic coating all around it. So they're super, super durable. They're not gonna tear. They're pretty much waterproof. But they are like super, super glossy once they're laminated. I don't think I have an order for another one, so I can't show you. But I don't have this bookmark, so I have to put it over there. So if you're someone who tends to like destroy your bookmarks really easily, which like I'm one of those people too, you can get the traditional bookmarks laminated and it just makes them more durable. I do not offer it on my magnetic bookmarks because of the way they fold. I can't laminate that. And the magnetic bookmarks are made out of a really high quality photo paper, so they're already much more durable. So the biggest difference is the durability and then like the feel of them, because the laminate is like a plastic. So it's just smooth and plasticky as opposed to the satin finish, which is like a really smooth finish, but like a paper finish. So I hope that helps. I don't know if that totally made sense, but I hope it helps. Last order is going to Sean. They got the Camp Half-Blood sticker. I almost called it the magnetic bookmark. I do have a magnetic bookmark that matches that. I just don't have any made up at the moment, and I don't want to make those live because my Cricut and my printer are both super loud. So I have 2 orders here with those Camp Half-Blood bookmarks that I will have to do later. But thank you guys so much for joining my live and packing orders. I had so much fun talking about books and Kindles and all that with you guys. So thank you so much for joining and for supporting my little bookish business. I hope that you're reading a really good book right now.